guys, this is Miss Net 100. Welcome back to my video. So I wanted to make sure I did a full review of the Shea Moisture Color System. I don't know if the lighting is very good in this video. It is approximately 6:10 in the evening, so the natural lighting is not coming in, so you may not be able to see the full color of my hair. But hopefully in another video you'll see the true color. I'm going to talk a little bit about, my process, my thoughts about the Shea Moisture coloring system, how it came out, how the results came out, and how I either liked or disliked the results. I'm going to try to make this video short and sweet, but I have so much to say. I have notes, and I'm going to try to go through all of them to make sure I say everything that I need to say. Okay, so first and foremost, how I chose the color. So I wanted to pick a color that would go with my skin tone. As a dark sister, I didn't want to do a red because I feel like we do red a lot. Well, the girls that are my complexion, we tend to do red a lot because it's safe. And then I didn't want blonde. I didn't want anything that was too bright or too noticeable. I do work in corporate America, and so I don't want a color that's going to be too flashy. So I wanted something that was like a red, but maybe a brown, not a red, but like a dark red or maybe a light brown. And with dark hair, it's really hard to get that. So at first I went and got a reddish blonde, and I was like, okay, well, the reddish blonde will work for me just fine. But I did a test strand. I took a test strand from one side of my hair, and you'll see that in my other video that actually gives all of the process that I did to color my hair. This is just a review video. I did 2 test strands with the reddish blonde. It took like 2 hours to just get it to change colors, and it didn't even change the color I wanted it to. So I took that color back and I got a dark blonde, like a dark golden blonde. Then I did 2 test strips on another side of my head, and that actually helped change the color in less than 2 hours. So when I was deciding to color my hair, I decided, okay, well, I'm going to get 2 boxes because I needed 2 boxes. I knew I would need 2 boxes, but I got 2 boxes just to be on the safe side. So after doing the strand test, I actually proceeded to do my whole head. So my review overall of the Shea Moisture coloring system. Though I liked the color, there were a lot of things that I didn't like about the coloring system in itself. First, the packaging is very pretty. Like the bag they give you to put all of like the shampoo in, and the coloring bottle, and the coloring agent, all of that. It was very nice, but the packaging or the materials you use were not user friendly. For example, the squirt bottle that you use, if you didn't use the brush method, which I probably should have, because when I tried to use the bottle, the consistency of the coloring and the developer was so thick that it just would not come out of the bottle, which then made it hard for me to actually go through my hair. Like I was squeezing, it just wouldn't come out. Eventually I kept feeling like I was running out of time, so I had to take the top off and try and like dab it on my hand and then try and run it through my hair, which caused me to use way more product than I actually wanted to. And I probably could have actually used one box, but because I had a hard time getting the stuff out, and then when I couldn't get it out, I had to open the bottle and kind of pound it on my hand. Some of it spilled someplace. It was just a mess. Then when I got to the second bottle, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to do this again. I tried to see if it would squirt out the very first time. Then I cut off more of the tip. That's what allowed the product to come out more. That helped me get through my hair a lot quicker. So you're going to use the bottle method, and maybe it's just the 2 bottles that I had, they just weren't user friendly. Cut off more of the tips so that a lot more of the product comes out because it's so thick. So they say it's a no drip system, which is great, but it's so thick that you can't work with it with the little tiny hole that is in the actual, pointed top bottle that they give you. So if you're going to use the bottle, cut the top off. If not, just use some type of container where you can use the brush, and that'll allow you to actually work through your hair. Aside from that, these little bottles that they give you, these things are hard. They're not really plastic where you can squeeze. So even when I did the shampoo, it was hard to come out of the bottle. The conditioner is so thick. The consistency is so thick, which is not a bad thing, but when you're trying to squeeze it out of this bottle, it wasn't gonna work. It's so hard. See, there's no, like, you can't squeeze. They need to like make these more plastic. It's plastic, but it has to be more flexible. So I ended up taking the top off and kind of banging it on my hand. It's already thick, and so it was so hard to get out. So that was not user friendly. I will say that the Shea Moisture, I guess, prides itself on no ammonium, no sulfates. And it leaves your hair, I guess, nourished and moisturized, etc. That is not how my locks felt after I was done. I actually was very, very disappointed at how my hair felt, because in my whole entire journey, my hair had never felt so dry, so brittle. Even when I ran my hands through my hair, it just felt like it was crunchy. It changed, I guess, the moisture in my hair. It really, really, really did. Even after leaving the moisturizer or the conditioner that they gave me in for an hour plus, my hair came out feeling very dry, and I did not appreciate that. I did not like that at all. So I will not say that I like that part of it. They do give you an elixir to put in your hair. I feel like maybe after my hair dried a little bit, and maybe then did my locks, I guess, suck in the moisture that was put back into it, because it didn't right away. That's when my hair felt a little bit better. But I will say I was very afraid of how much it stripped my locks. I didn't appreciate that much. Even though the color came out cute, even though, you know, it took me forever to put the color in, I just didn't like the fact that my hair felt stripped. If I ever decide to color my hair again, I probably will not do it myself, because the process in itself was just entirely way too long. I could not work in the back of my head. I probably should have maybe had another mirror where I could see. It just was very difficult to see the back of my hair, to even make sure that the coloring system was actually in each part of my locks in the back. In the front, I could see very well, and in the side, but the back was just very hard to work with. So if I had to color again, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't use Shea Moisture. I would probably pay someone to do it, only for the time aspect of it. Just because I'm like type of a time is money, you know, and I don't want to be sitting, you know, doing nothing for X number of hours. And so this process just took me entirely way too long. So I, needless to say, would not do this again. Even though the color came out wonderfully, you know, I really liked how it brightens up my face, but I wouldn't personally color my hair or my locks ever again. I wouldn't do that. I would pay someone to do it for me, and I would have someone do it in X number of hours. But for me, I probably started at 10 or 11 in the morning, and I didn't get done until like 3, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that in itself is just very, very time consuming. The color payoff was nice. I mean, I would have liked it a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit more brown, but in the end, it did come out nicely. So it did give me somewhat of a lift for my natural hair color. So I did like that. Overall, if it hadn't dried my locks and had the process not taken me so long, and had the bottle been more, or all the bottles been a little bit more user friendly, I probably would have appreciated it more. But I would not do Shea Moisture myself. And if someone else is going to do Shea Moisture, I recommend maybe you get someone else to help you do it. Maybe have a friend put it in for you, because you doing it by yourself, it's really time consuming. And if you're looking for a certain, you know, look, you might want to do the test strands as well, like I did. Because had I not done the test strands and I did the reddish blonde, my hair would have not turned anything. So I'm glad I did the test strips, and that might be something that you might want to consider as well, doing the test strips, and then washing the stuff out. But overall, I'm glad I colored it. It looks very nice. I don't know what the two-tone will be when my hair starts to grow out, and it might look very nice, but who knows? I won't know until a couple of months. I will, however, do another update in 3 months probably, because I want to tell you guys how my hair has been doing within the 3 months of me coloring it. And if the color actually stays vibrant like this, I'm sure it might not be as vibrant. I will do an update, because I know you guys will probably be curious about that. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.